Yo guys, a little bit of a weird place to record a video because I'm in the infrared sauna right now, but it's the only place in my gym that's actually quiet enough to record a video because it's very noisy out there. And the reason I'm doing kind of an emergency video of sorts is because Bitcoin is at a major level and I wanted to give you a quick update. I didn't want to waste time until I got home. I just wanted to go on my phone, crypto style, I guess, and actually just record a quick update. If you like this form of video where I can just give you an update on the fly, on the go, then let me know in the comments below and I can do more of these when we're at major levels. And obviously right now, with the volatility of the market, we are getting major volatility swings pretty much every day or every other day, where I think the need for updating you guys is a lot higher. I've been in Discord all morning kind of updating people on my plans, but I thought I'd also come here and do just a very short video talking about one topic. And the one thing I want to discuss is the Bitcoin money noodle. So the money noodle is basically a moving average. It's a custom indicator we've made for the Mars High Club, but it's essentially like the 200-day moving average. It's an amalgamation of averages that we use. And it's a very interesting indicator because it basically shows us the strength of Bitcoin during a bull market and the weakness of Bitcoin during a bear market. And what you can see right now is that Bitcoin currently is testing the money noodle on the weekly. Now, this is a very important level that I want to discuss today because weekly money noodle retests, or even weekly like 200 and 100 MA retests, are very significant things when it comes to Bitcoin, and it's something that only really happens once every year or so, hence the emergency video right now, because this isn't a regular occurrence. This is something that we only occasionally get. So I want to just run through historically how Bitcoin actually reacts to this level, and then I'll get into what I am currently doing given the fact that we are at this level. So I just want to go back historically. You can see, I'm going to go way back to 2021 just to show you how this level has actually been respected historically. So starting during 2021, we saw a flip of the money noodle, and then we saw Bitcoin expand rapidly to the upside before we had this fake out in June, July, before making a secondary top in 2021. Now, the reason why this level is so important is because it's actually really well respected by Bitcoin. Historically, when you get multiple weekly closes below, it signals the beginning of a bear market, and when you get multiple weekly closes above, it signals the beginning or the maintenance of a bull market trend. And what you can see here is that even in 2021, we never actually closed below. There was like one candle where we faked out here. I'll try and draw it. I'm still a bit fumbly on the phone. But there was one level where we closed below here. Just need to get this drawing tool up, as you can see here. And then we ended up moving back to the upside and making a secondary top. So we didn't actually close below again. Now, the interesting thing about Bitcoin now is that we are essentially coming back down to the moving average and we are testing it again. Now, this bull run, so not the 2021 one, the 2024 bull run was actually triggered by a flip. So when we broke below the money noodle in 2022, we had a bearish retest. As you can see here, I'm going to get my drawing tool back. We had a bearish retest, and then we ended up coming all the way back down and having a flip here in 2023, which signaled the beginning of a new bull market. Now, this is significant because we've only retested this level twice. We had a couple retests here, but essentially we've only had a major retest in 2023 and then another major retest in 2024, and now we are getting that third retest. So the very important thing to recognize here is that the establishment of this trend essentially dictates whether we are in a bull market and a bear market. And this, as I showed you, is historically relevant, right? When we've flipped and closed below, we've had bear trends. When we've flipped and closed above, we've had bull trends. Now, momentum indicators, moving averages, are very, very good for signaling the establishment of new trends. So horizontals are great. They give us support resistance levels where we can bid, invalidate, take profits, etc. But these momentum indicators are really, really important for establishing whether it's the end of the bull market or the end of the bull or the beginning of a bear market for assets like Bitcoin, or the beginning of a bull market for an asset like Bitcoin. And obviously, I'll touch on alts in a second. The rest of the market kind of follows Bitcoin. So what we are seeing now is the first major retest of this level in a long, long time. And this is a zone where historically we've bounced on to retain our bull market structure. It happened late in 2023, early 2024, again mid-year, and we're getting it again right now. So if there was ever a level to bid on Bitcoin, if you think the bull market's going to continue, it is this money noodle. This is the level to bid. Now keep in mind, Bitcoin theoretically could break down below and maybe get 1 to 2 weekly closes below. It's not complete lights out if it closes below on the weekly. This happened in 2021 where we did have a close below on the weekly and we ended up faking out to make a secondary high. What you don't want to see is Bitcoin consolidating below this moving average for a number of weeks. If we consolidate below for 3, 4, 5 weeks, that only adds additional confirmation to the theory that we are now in an official bear market. So it's okay if we close below this week, but we want to see that level get reclaimed really quick or there is trouble for Bitcoin. On the positive side of things, this is the last stand. This is the level to bid. And that's something that I'll personally be doing. I did a tweet the other day about adding Bitcoin to my long-term holdings for the first time. I'll get this up right now. I'm still very bad at using the phone to make these videos, but you can see here, I said I'll load up heavy on my long-term Bitcoin bags at 78 to 80K if we get there. Not really interested in here. That was when the price was around 88K. I did this 3 days ago. And then today I did an update on my Twitter and I said, we're there. Now, in terms of actually executing at this level, as I mentioned here, when I have a high time frame target like the 78K on the weekly, I move down onto the low time frame charts to find an exact entry. Going to be watching how we react closely over the next 24 hours. We'll update with what I'm doing. So basically what I'm saying here is, yes, we are testing this major level of interest. This is a bid zone for me, but in terms of getting an actual entry, I'll move down onto the daily, onto the 4 hourly and hourly to get my precise entries. In a few hours, I'm doing a show with Paradise and we'll talk about how to actually execute that trade. But I wanted to get on here and just inform you guys that we are now approaching historically very strong levels to bid if you do believe the bull market's going to continue. And I personally believe it's going to continue. Now, the interesting thing with altcoins is altcoins actually aren't showing the same weakness as Bitcoin right now. I'll try and fumble around my phone and get the Bitcoin dominance chart up. Because interestingly right now, where's Bitcoin dominance? Come on, let me get this. Bitcoin dominance. There we go. Interestingly, right now, Bitcoin dominance actually isn't showing that much strength. So what's happening is Bitcoin is dropping, but dominance is also dropping today. Now, what this signals to me is that altcoins actually de-risked more aggressively a few days ago in the early warning signs of the Bitcoin breakdown from 91K. So actually, even though Bitcoin's making lower lows today, altcoins aren't always making lower lows against Bitcoin. Obviously, you can see this is quite volatile at the moment because I'm on the 1 minute chart. I'll go down to a better chart for you. I'll show you on the daily. You'll see the trend much more clear. Dominance actually came down and it actually made a lower high. So it is forming like a head and shoulders pattern to the downside. Now, this leads me to believe that if we do see further downside on Bitcoin, the worst is probably already in for alts. I personally think that although Bitcoin is exhibiting weakness, you probably won't see that many lower lows across major alts. Obviously, many major alts are at their high time frame support levels right now. And many of them haven't made lower lows despite Bitcoin making a lower low. And that means that if you are bidding Bitcoin at this moving average, you can consider also bidding major altcoins. I don't think this is the time to go into real on-chain rubbish unless you have a lot of conviction, but it probably is the time to start considering bidding on the high time frame, like, solid altcoins that you think are going to come back. I'm talking your majors, your Links, Solanas, Ondos, the RWA coins, utility coins, etc. that are going to bounce hard. Not all of them are at their high time frame support levels. Later today, I'm doing a video with Paradise, which is going to go through the exact levels. So notifications on, make sure you watch that. Let me know if you did enjoy this style of video. I'm getting really hot now because I've been in the sauna this entire video. Bit of a different style from me, but I thought now is the time to kind of inform you guys that we are at this key level and it's time to start paying attention. So join the show later today to check out the exact moves that we're making on the lower time frame, but this is the level to hold for Bitcoin, and this is now a level where I'm becoming significantly interested in bidding because this is the last stand for the bull market basically on Bitcoin. Now you also technically have your support at 73 and all of that stuff, which we'll talk about later today in the next video that I'm about to do. But from a respect point of view, the moving average, the money noodle on the weekly has been a level that has historically signaled bull markets and bear markets for Bitcoin, which is why it's significant. I'll see you later. Have a lovely rest of your day. Peace out.